Hey guys, and welcome to day 2 of Week of Contemporary. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. Today we are going to be talking about underrated books, and I'm very excited for this video in particular. Reason being is that I'm always reading contemporary, so it's pretty easy for me to find all of the little hidden gems in the genre, but not for everybody else. So I'm very excited to be sharing these books with you guys today. And again, make sure you stick around till the end of the video to see how you can possibly win one of these books. First book I have to share with you guys today is Dreamology by Lucy Keating. This is a recent read for me. It's kind of like a recent release too, so makes sense why not a lot of people are talking about it, but I absolutely adored this book. I thought it was super cute. It follows this girl who for her whole life has been having these elaborate dreams in which her and this boy Max go on crazy adventures, and for her whole life she's been like, oh, Max, my dream boy, like whatever. Then one day, her and her father move to Boston. She goes to a new school. She walks into psychology class on the first day, and Max, Dream Boy Max, is sitting in psychology class, and it's Max, like his name's Max, it's the same kid from her dreams, but she's like, how, I don't know him, how is he here? And then she kind of has to deal with having these crazy dreams with Max and then going to school with Max, but they're kind of different because school Max is not the same as Dream Boy Max, like they're very different people, so it's very hard for her, but it's a really hilarious, crazy, quirky story that I feel like anybody would like. It's a contemporary, but it's very whimsical in the whole dream aspect, but I absolutely love this one. Thought it was super fun and I really recommend it. Next up we have Tease by Amanda Maciel, and this book follows a girl who is being criminally charged for the harassment and bullying of another student who later commits suicide. And so everybody that goes to school with this main character, I believe her name is Sarah, everyone that knows Sarah is basically blaming her for the death of their other classmate for her suicide. They all think it's her fault and she has to deal with the aftermath of that. This book was very interesting in the sense that you don't usually get the chance to read a book from like the bully's perspective, from the bad guy, so I really enjoyed that aspect of it, but overall it's a very interesting story that I feel like a lot of you might be interested in reading, and it teaches a lot about bullying prevention and all that kind of stuff, so it's a very important read and I really liked it. Next we've got a book that I don't think is that underhyped, but one that just like doesn't have enough recognition, and that is Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. And I know there's mixed reviews on this book, not everybody loves it, but personally I absolutely love it. This book follows a girl named Samantha who struggles with purely obsessional OCD, and she has for her whole life, but none of her friends know it because she's embarrassed about it. She kind of hides it and her popular friends don't know. But one day she meets this girl at her school who introduces her to this whole new group of friends. They're not like popular girls like Samantha and her other friends are, but they're all really cool and they do slam poetry together, and there's this boy there and they all befriend her and she makes this great group of friends, but she also has her old popular friends and she's also struggling with her OCD, and it's all piling up on her and it gets super crazy. But it's just kind of the story of her. It's like a coming of age story, but it has romance and it has friendship and crazy other stuff that goes on in this book. It's absolutely insane, but it's such an amazing read. One of my all-time favorites, favorite read of last year, and if you haven't picked it up, I recommend giving it a chance. Next book I have is Better Off Friends by Elizabeth Alberg. This is one that I haven't heard very many people talking about, and it kind of just follows the whole question of, can a guy and a girl actually be friends and not have romantic feelings for each other and have other romantic relationships while maintaining platonic ones? And it's a really fun, cute read, and it kind of plays out the same way that When Harry Met Sally does, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, so it's no surprise that I love this book. Definitely like one of those really quick, like fast-paced ones that you can read like in one sitting, maybe on the beach or something, but it's a very cute book. Next up we have On Dublin Street by Samantha Young. Now this is a new adult book. The rest of these have been YA so far. This is new adult, so a little bit more mature. This follows a girl named Jocelyn who has had so many bad things happen to her in her past that she just doesn't open up to anybody, and this boy named Braden Carmichael, and they form a friends with benefits relationship, but then Braden wants more from her, but she doesn't let people in easily, so it's super hard for her to try and open up to him, but it's a really cute story, really great romance, adorable. If you like new adult, you'll definitely like this one. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this one, so I thought it would be worth putting it in here. Next up we have my favorite Sarah Dessen book, The Truth About Forever. I know that Sarah Dessen is like a super popular author, but I just feel like this is one of her books that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, so I thought it would be worth mentioning. This book follows a girl named Macy, and Macy lives this life with her mother in her big house, and she has to kind of be a certain way to appease her mother, and one day she meets this boy who works for the catering catering business that caters one of her mother's parties, but she kind of makes friends with all these people that work for the catering company, and she ends up becoming sort of like a part of it, and she caters with them, and she makes friends with all of them, and she falls for the boy in the catering group, but her mother like does not approve of this at all, and it kind of follows her in her journey, and it's a really cute contemporary book, as all of Sarah Dessen's are, but this is just my favorite. Next up is Firsts by Laurie Elizabeth Flynn. This is one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year, and I've not heard anybody talking about it. It's driving me crazy. This is about a girl named Mercedes who thinks that she's doing her class a favor by hooking up with these guys that have girlfriends so that these guys can later like show their girlfriends a good time and know what they're doing because Mercedes taught them how to do things. Mercedes like doesn't think it's a big deal. She's like, yeah, like I'm just helping them, but like then again, these guys are literally cheating on their girlfriends. Mercedes also has this other guy who's actually really into her and wants to see the real her, but she doesn't really want to pay attention to him because she has all this baggage and she doesn't deserve to have a boyfriend, and she makes this new friend, but then her whole system kind of starts to fall apart and she doesn't know what to do, and it just kind of follows her and her journey, and I really enjoyed this book, and I understand that it's probably not for everybody. I actually think this book is quite feminist, and I know a lot of people hate the main character Mercedes, but I personally love her, so I'd love to hear your opinions on it, so definitely pick it up. I'd recommend this more for like 17 plus. It is a YA book, but it deals with some more mature stuff, so maybe 16, 17 plus, but it's a really great one. Definitely recommend it. Next up, I have The Unwritten Rule by Elizabeth Scott. This is a wonderful story about this girl that falls in love with her best friend's boyfriend, which is never good, obviously. She's kind of like the shyer of the two friends, so she's never really spoken up about her crush for this guy, and then her best friend like starts dating him, and she's like, oh, well, that's great. So this book just follows her in her journey and trying to hide this from her friend and not knowing what to do, and it's just a really great book about romance and friendship. This is definitely one of those like quick beach reads, so I recommend it for that. Next we have Lead Me Not by A. Meredith Walters, and I threw this in here just to kind of PSA announcement. If you're a new adult fan and you've never read anything by A. Meredith Walters, you need to, because I feel like I've never heard anybody talk about her. Like, I'll mention her in a video and some of you guys know who she is, but I've never seen people like book talking her books and like talking about her as much as I want to, because her writing is phenomenal. It's so beautifully done, and it deals with a lot of like deeper subjects that are kind of hard to talk about, hard to read about, but they come out fantastic, and they also have romance in them. This book follows a girl who is an assistant facilitator at a group for people with drug problems, and she falls in love with one of the people that attend the group, and it's really bad for her because her whole past has revolved around her sister who overdosed on drugs when she was really young, and that highly affected her. So the fact that she's falling in love with somebody that has a drug problem is really bad for her, and she can't help it though because she loves him, and it's just such a good book. Any book by A. Meredith Walters is so good, but I really wanted to mention this one. Next I have sort of a random book, but I thought it was worth putting in here, and that is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan, and this is about two people that kind of do like this scavenger hunt in New York during the winter months, and it's really cute. I just remember highly enjoying this one. I think it's really cute for the holidays, but if you haven't read it, I recommend picking it up. I know, kind of like a random one to throw in here, but I feel like not everybody knows about this, so just keep it in mind. It's a good book. Next up we have an adult book, and that is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. A lot of people know Rainbow Rowell from like Eleanor and Park and Fangirl, but personally this is my favorite book by her, and it's about this guy who works at this company moderating emails, and he falls in love with this girl through reading her emails. Like, these two girls that work in the office email each other back and forth quite often, and he's like monitoring them by reading them and kind of invading their privacy, and he ends up falling for one of them. But like, he can't go up to this girl and be like, so yeah, I think I'm in love with you, I don't know, like we've never actually talked, I've just read your emails, but like, do you think it could work? Because that's weird. But I absolutely love this story, and our main character Lincoln is just so great, and the character development is wonderful, and just everything that goes on in this book is done wonderfully, and it's my favorite Rainbow Rowell book, which is super weird because I don't think it's anybody else's, but I really recommend it. And the last book that I have to share with you guys today is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. And I know you're probably like, Morgan Matson, like why is that in an underhyped video? Morgan Matson's a really highly acclaimed author, I know that, but Second Chance Summer I feel like is the least acclaimed of all of her novels, and it's personally my favorite, so I had to share it. This book follows a girl named Taylor who every summer when she was younger she used to go down to the Poncos with her family, but then one summer something crazy happens and she's like, I'm never going back to the Poncos again. But now Taylor is 17 years old. It's been about 3 years since she's last gone to the Poncos, and devastating news occurs in her family in which they all decide they need to have one last summer together and spend it in the Poncos. So Taylor has to go back, face all of her fears, face what she left behind, and this deal deals with romance and friendship and family, and it's just a perfect book. I will warn you though, it's super sad, so bring the tissues. It's very emotional, but it's worth all of it because it's a fantastic read. I absolutely love Morgan Matson stories. There's always such great summary reads. I mean, I wouldn't recommend reading this like in the public beaches because you'll be crying probably, most likely, but maybe like at the pool or like inside your house. It's a really great book. So guys, that is going to be it for my underhyped recommendations today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, but now I'm going to be talking about the giveaway. Today's giveaway is going to be occurring on my Instagram, which is at LovelyLikeLaura, so if you're not following me on there, you definitely should be, and you have to be to enter the giveaway. Today I'm going to be giving away a copy of Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone, and that's kind of like a no-brainer because it was my favorite book I read last year, and I just want to share it with all of you. So yes, if you would like to win a copy of Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, follow me on Instagram. All you have to do to enter is just like the Instagram post. Like, it's easy as that. Just make sure that if you're not 18 or older, you have your parents' permission, and that the book depository website ships to your country. If they did not ship to you, I'm so sorry. They do have worldwide shipping though, so like the odds are they do, so just double check just in case. But if they do ship to you, then you're all set to enter. The winner will be announced a week from today, so the date that's right here, that is when it'll be announced. But yeah, just go down below, like the picture, follow me on Instagram, make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and you should be all set. I hope you guys are excited. I absolutely love this book, so to have the chance to give it to one of you, I'm very pumped. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in tomorrow's Week of Contemporary video. Bye!